What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Welcome to Bike Life. It's a common sight now on Auckland streets. It doesn't take long for me to find them in Otara, running a red light. What do you think of the dirt bike riders that are around Otara?
Really bad.
They're bad?
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I hate them. I don't like them.
It's a strong word.
Boy, he gave them boy a crazy introduction.
Right.
Their intro is terrible. He said they're outside running red lights. I hate them. Yo. Yeah, he make it sound like it's a bad day, a bad time to be them.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see what we got.
I've come to one of their favourite places to ride, Ngāti Otara Park in South Auckland, to see for myself what is bike life.
Bike life is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
A way of life, it's how we are.
It's the way we're raised.
Yeah.
Is
Like
it-
how kids want to grow up and play rugby. Yeah, kids from Utah, we're like us, we want to grow up and ride bikes.
Uh-oh.
Wanda is one of Bike Life's best riders.
It's just like a brotherhood, you know, everyone comes together, comes for a ride.
And how did you start in this?
I just used to like ride push bikes all the time. One day I got sick of it and then my eyes got caught on a dirt bike and that was my next ride.
And how much does watching what's happening in America influence you?
America. Come on.
100% better motivation.
What does riding mean for you?
It's a path to like the future, chasing your dreams.
Because what are your dreams?
I want to travel the world. Travel the world doing what I love to do on
Sound
bikes. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
You want to be respected for what you do and show people.
Yup. Everyone wants to be respected, eh?
You know, when you guys ride in packs, you scare people, it's dangerous, you ride into traffic. Is that a problem?
At the end of the day, we're just trying to do what we love to do, you know? Ride bike.
Okay, so far it sounds like they're just riding bikes. Of course, you know, running red lights, maybe being in the
Dangerous.
lanes with the people is
Dangerous.
dangerous. Okay. If that's all it is, I mean, you know.
We see that quite a few times. Every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? From night shift to freaking early afternoons, you may see somebody on a motorcycle doing a wheelie on the highway or something. You know?
Yeah, and we have seen the biker clubs.
Yeah,
you know,
1000%.
that's a part of our culture as well. Okay, but like, are they getting it into anything like gang? You know.
I mean, when you see a number of people doing things that's different, people automatically call it a gang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
and
are
I
they
feel like,
doing?
but gang related activity, like
Right.
real gang related activity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He did say he want to travel the world and continue to pursue his dream with the biking. I feel like, you know, as a child, when you grow, let's say you introduce your child to a bakery set that's not real, but it's, you know, as they grow, they want to continuously play with these utensils.
Right.
At what point would it be labeled as dangerous? You know what I'm saying? Because then you try to get them to stop, and then at that point, it's like the most simplest form of it when there's so much more opportunity that can come out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what they're heading down the direction towards in a conversation.
Right. Well, hate is a strong word, and the lady said she hates them. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but we
let's
need
see
more
what she
there.
got.
We need to hear what they got to say too and why they say hate.
So you don't feel bad that people are sometimes scared of you?
Scared.
Yeah, but yeah.
Say again.
Police, everybody says this is linked to gangs.
Nah, it's a lifestyle, not a gang.
But police say Bike Life is linked to the Killer Bees, one of Auckland's most notorious gangs. Their colour is yellow.
Nothing to do with gangs.
Nothing to do with the Killer Bees. Because even your shoes are yellow, Wanda.
Yup.
Treyway is another one of Bike Life's big stars. So are you in a gang or anything?
Nah, I'm not a gang member, but I am gang affiliated.
What gang are you affiliated with?
With with the Killer Bees.
And was your dad in a gang?
Yeah.
Treyway's dad is Speedy Guns.
This is Speedy. He's second in command of the Killer Bees.
What Killer Bees is all about? I know, love for the block, you know.
Killer Bees is all about family.
Yeah, it's family, it's brotherhood.
It's all about
brotherhood. I started when my dad got out of prison. That's when I started. I was 13 then.
And he taught you?
Yeah, and he taught me. I was basically forced to ride. I ended up riding, and then he forced me to wheelie. He pushed me to do all the tricks I do now.
And no helmet?
Okay, so maybe they look down on it because members of the gang gets involved with the bike life, and so when they think of bike life, they think of the gangs.
Yeah, but as it can also be looked at as affiliation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like knowing people,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you're guilty by association just because you know somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's could be as well.
Yeah.
No helmet. We know what we're doing. We know our balance points when it comes to wheelies. And we just the top riders, the best riders.
Bike life in New Zealand is exploding online.
I posted up a video and I ended up with 3.3 million views on that. 300k likes. A lot of people out there hate on the bike life. They hate the bikes. They find the bikes disturbing. But we see bike life differently.
Yeah, how do you see it?
We see it like therapy. You know, when you're going through things at home,
see that.
pull out the bike solves all your problems.
Would you rather us ride the bikes or would you rather us out there robbing?
Hey, if we never had bikes, we'll be out there robbing right now.
He's serious, bro.
That's real talk.
How's this stop you from doing crime?
Sound like you meant that.
Until you jump on a bike and ride, you won't know, eh?
And what would you guys say to the cops if you could say something?
So tell us about this park and about the operation on that day. Ngāti Otara Park, home to the famous
So I want to make a mention, like, if you really think about it, when you talk about gangs, when you talk about clubs, when you talk about organizations, people run in numbers and they group up in so many different ways of life. But we look at certain things that we don't like to. Well, the people look at certain things and they try to label it as bad, right? You got your officers in uniform, you got your golfers, you have people that are on bikes, you got people that's on the basketball court, right? They run in numbers because everyone have an outlet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But it's the titles that we choose to put on it, which is bad and which is good.
Right.
And I think that's where we kind of mess up at, because it's not accepting it, it's pushing it away, which making it more, I guess it can come off as bad then, because then people start to feel rejected and they want to feel accepted and respected at that.
Right. And of course, you know, we from the outside looking in. So we're not there to say no, but they be doing this and y'all don't know about this. We ain't there. We can only comment on what we see and hear in a video. Okay, so what I can say about it is that I understand the affiliation between some of the members, but if it's a problem, if the problem is them interacting with other cars and being in lanes and passing up, you know, red lights and things like that, create a space for them to thrive where they're not bothering anybody.
Right. I mean, and that's how you expand your city. You know what I'm saying? The skate parks, you're going to put more skate parks because you got more skaters. If there's bikers, you need more ramps, things of that nature. More kids is coming to the environment, so you need more daycares built. You know what I'm saying? So it's just outlets that you need to continuously build upon a city that can make everybody feel comfortable.
Right, because they said they could be doing this, but we ain't doing that. Let us have this as an outlet. That's what people saying.
Facts.
Out of Scorpions, but on King's birthday weekend, ground zero for a police sting on lawless dirt bike riders terrorising Tamaki Makaurau.
So currently we've got them contained, so we're going through that park now with the intent to try and apprehend these people.
Massive open space. It's actually got a lot of connections to different networks of roads that occur here in Otara. And with dirt bike riders and the way they ride, it's a haven for them to be able to move across fields away from lots of police enforcement.
Tell us about the actual crimes being committed here.
It's the dangerous, careless and reckless riding that we're seeing. We do see other corresponding offences after the fact.
We've had a number of incidents where members of the public have been assaulted seriously. So whilst this was a planned operation, it kind of got out of hand due to the behaviour of these motorcyclists. So we're here to put a stop to that.
Where do the bikes come from?
So it's a bit of a mix where some are obtained through illegal means and by say stolen or just passed around.
Is there more to this? And is there, from police's perspective?
Okay, so illegal means. Okay, so it sounds like, okay, what it sounds like to me is that this hasn't always been a part of their culture. Especially from the beginning when he said that what they see in the United States inspires them, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Knowing that like four-wheelers and biking is a part of our culture.
Mudding.
Mudding, like it don't really surprise us here. So, okay. It just seems like a interesting issue that they're having because they may not be used to it. The volume of people on bikes. That's
the
what
volume
it seems
of
like.
it can become dangerous because you got traffic and they can freely move and go back and forth however they want. Yeah, and it also look like it's just something they're trying to control.
Right.
Yeah.
Of a gang influence here.
We can't be negating the fact that there is that sphere of gang influence there, but I wouldn't say it's the entire picture. It's a lifestyle. They think of it as an enjoyment. It's a fun activity in that sense. They really see as being part of that raupu, so that group that they're part of. Yeah.
It gives them they belong.
Yes.
Some people might look at the story and think these are just kids riding their bikes. You know, we've got bigger fish to fry. Why this? Why is it a problem?
It's for the community. We hear what the community is saying. We know what's going on with the riding that occurs. All their bikes go past at speed in big hordes, and it causes a bit of angst and a bit of anxiety for our community to see that. And it's around their riding that causes them serious injury, and needless to say, we don't want that to happen, but the deaths that can occur from that, and we have had that before.
On that fateful King's birthday weekend, a rider died after colliding with a car in South Auckland.
It's been a growing issue, and it's taken a while to deal with it, and we hope today might be send a strong message.
But the worry is bike life culture is growing in popularity. Obviously, Auckland has been in the news a lot, but is it just an Auckland problem?
It's actually many regions that have the same issue.
In terms of what you're seeing age-wise, what are we talking about?
So we're looking at some as young as 10 years old, even some around just before that.
10 years old?
Yeah.
On bikes?
That's not shocking.
It's a sad, connection, obviously, when we start seeing that influence from the older riders. It's what they see. It's what they are accustomed to, and it's around that lifestyle that they believe so heavily in.
I mean, just think about it. Like, you're sitting on a freeway, and then a whole bunch of kids are riding bikes, and your child is in the back, and he's like, I want a bike, Mom.
Right.
That's the first reaction you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? Because they're normalizing it, and it seems exciting. Boys, especially young boys, want to be around exciting, adventurous things. They want the adrenaline rush. It's kind of natural for us. So when you have it in the community, and you're looking at it, it's like, it's kind of going, I feel it can be more difficult to kind of get them to stop it when it's the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's what the people, a part of the people want. But then you have those who don't even affiliate with it, which most likely could be adults.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we just don't like the volume or the gang-looking affiliation type of crowds and other, so forth things.
Yeah, it just seems like it's just a new thing. And I'm not talking new as in just this year. I'm talking, it could have been since the early 2000s, but it's still new. And they have to, if it's a growing culture, they're going to have to accommodate it.
Yeah.
You can't just take something away from somebody and expect them not to continue doing something that they love, something that kept them out of trouble.
Yeah.
It may be a new trouble that they're entering in, like, being in the roads and maybe vandalizing the sidewalks with the skid marks and things like that.
Correct.
But,
Yeah.
It's just going to be something that the community is going to have to come together on.
And when you're like governing over a community and whatnot, and you take something, it's like dealing with children, like your own child. When you take something from them that they really love to do, it's going to disturb them.
Yeah, it will.
And you will get a reaction that most likely you don't want. We all know how terrible tools are.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying as a young adults, they don't know how to control themselves, but when they're in love with something that's all they have, it's difficult to kind of separate that from them.
Right, right.
And not get a crazy reaction in return.
Exactly. Like the guy who didn't want to get seen had his shirt covered up and they even blurred his face out. Like he was saying, you'd rather us doing that, you know? So it don't seem like it's going nowhere.
The tiny town of Waitara has a growing problem. Today, the roads are quiet.
They got them good roads out there.
But a budding bike life crew is causing headaches for cops and residents.
Yeah, so it was Thursday evening a few months ago, and one of these riders and his friend doing wheel stands up and down the road outside the station. No helmet, some pretty reasonable speeds, blowing stop signs and stuff in the vicinity. If it was 5 seconds earlier, that could have 100% been a fatal accident.
Is that basically, as a cop, as a local cop, that would be one of your greatest fears, I would imagine, is
100%. The last thing we want to see is an innocent member of the public being hurt by one of these riders, and B, any of these riders hurting themselves. And there's so much potential for disaster, just the way they're riding.
And also, I don't know if this is already implemented in there, but it could be. Teaching them how to ride it safely. If it's a problem, if you see that the younger community will want to get involved in it.
Yeah.
Get ahead of it and show them how to ride properly.
It just takes me back to when I had a bike. Like the second we came across a hill, oh yeah, we're about to race, so we're going down full speed, going in and out of ditches, popping wheelies.
Right.
Even if you had the rollerblades, like we was always pushing for a competition. You know what I'm saying? Because it was our culture. It was like what we did coming up, something that we did as an activity. And they're literally taking their activity and they just thriving with it into another age because they're not, you know, kids no more. They're young adults, so they want to do it on this type of spectrum now. So, yeah.
The lack of safety and care for other road users.
So how many calls would you say you're having a week with these riders?
The volume's definitely increased, more than several a week, easily.
Yeah. Who are these kids and what do you know about them and what's the tactic from a policing point of view, I guess?
So we've identified some of the riders from these groups, but not a lot of them. So we need help from the community to identify these riders. If they let us know who they are, where they're coming from, we can start putting pressure on them, getting them to change their riding behaviours.
A few months ago, Sergeant Moses went to a Waitara Community Board meeting. The town's dirt bike scene was high on the agenda. Councillor Tony Bedford attended.
The community have been quite vocal over a long period of time about their concern about the way motorbikes have been ridden around our community.
Tell us about where we are now. This is an area they, as far as we know, frequent.
With the walkway, we get a lot of people, mobility scooters, wheelchairs, elderly, parents, young children on this part through here. And it's the safety of those people because the motorbikes motor through here.
Yeah.
This is an area that should be shared by all, not dominated by few.
Do you know who the riders are? Does the community know who they are?
No. We can't run that fast and have a look and take a photo.
You know what's funny about this question? That he keep asking, do the community know who they are? The community do know who they are. It's their children.
It's their neighbors.
It's their neighbors.
Uncles.
It's their students.
Exactly.
It's your everyday faces. People in the grocery stores. And that's funny to me because it's like you can ask a question, but in reality, there's a side of the parenting that's raising these babies.
Right.
So it's like...
Right. It's your people.
Yeah.
It's your people who is showing that this is what they want to do. Now, again, we can't attest to anything that's not said on this video. We don't know if they're doing things other than what's said.
Right.
Even the policemen, they're saying that it's just a safety issue.
Yeah, and volume.
Right, and the volume.
Yeah.
Saw one in the main street of Waitara, up the centre line, middle of the day, on one wheel standing, no helmet, doing about 60 k's. That's a recipe for disaster.
If you could talk to them, let's say you had an audience with these guys. What would you say?
I'd just say to them, what do you need? What do you need? What do you want? So that you can ride your bike and respect people and property.
That's good.
That would be the overriding message.
They need their own space.
That's good, yeah.
Not no little small
So one of the issues in Waitara seems to be no one knows exactly who these riders are. But we've managed to find one of them on Instagram. They've told us to meet them here on this deserted road just south of Waitara. And we're about to find out whether they're actually going to show up.
There's a lot of field back there.
I'm noticing a lot of skid marks on the road just ahead, so maybe this is somewhere they come often. Bike life has hit Taranaki, so we've come to meet the balaclava-clad riders the cops can't catch.
I like to do wheelies through oncoming traffic.
Wheelies through oncoming traffic?
Yeah, or against it.
Have you had any near misses or accidents, or?
We've had a couple, but there's no better feeling than driving through oncoming traffic while doing it.
What I tell you?
But see, this is where we have the problem right here. This is where we have the problem.
Sometimes it's the adrenaline, man. That is crazy. Because if I'm riding in my car and I see somebody popping the wheelie, God forbid I swerve and I hit the next car.
Right, and then I have to suffer the consequences if your life is unalive. You know, you gotta be careful with what you're saying.
Right.
I have to suffer the consequences.
Right.
And no. Yes, I will be the woman in the store. I hate them.
Boy.
don't be putting me in no situation like that.
Because I swerved and then my insurance said I was in the wrong.
Oh man.
Nah, I ain't getting no cut for it.
Bro. Yeah,
Bruh.
they need their own space.
That's what it's about.
Maybe they need to, have their own, they could create like a little mock highway in the field, have a car sitting right there. Maybe put some of the sound effects of the engine in that little car that's not with a real person in it. Create the illusion.
You know what I'm thinking about?
What?
Them test dummies?
Exactly.
No.
That's what they need.
The little test dummy cars that be outside with the little dummies inside?
Yeah, because
okay, see, I was just more so looking at the fields y'all have out there.
Right.
And y'all can easily, transform anything to like a skate park, ramp park, or just cement it. Just cement, let them do donuts all day.
That's why I say a little mock highway. Make a little mock highway.
Man.
They want the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, against traffic.
Just not against the real people.
Thoughts for this crew? He suggested meeting down a long rural road between New Plymouth and Waitara, away from the glare of police and public.
If it wasn't for Otara, that's probably where it originated for bike life, and if it wasn't for them, then we probably wouldn't be here. Shout out to Wanda and all the Otara boys. They've definitely made it grow, especially over social media. They've just grown it big time, and now everyone's picking up on it.
What do you see as the future for bike life?
I see it growing. I see it becoming one of the top sports in New Zealand.
A sport played on our streets and roads. Obviously the police have raised concerns about the activity in Waitara, and then there's sort of like community concern. So what would you say to that?
Well, I can't say I'm sorry, because sorry ain't gonna stop, and we probably won't stop, but my advice is we're having fun and just don't panic. We get labelled as a gang, but it's not really a gang, it's a...
You want me to not panic when you coming at me doing a wheelie over my car?
Yeah, when I heard him say that, I took it out of that him going against the traffic stuff, and just the idea that people don't like it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all hear the bikes, y'all see them, y'all think they're gangs, just don't panic. They're
Right.
they're innocent. That's how I'm trying to look at it. That's how I wanted to see for it.
See, when we see long lines of bikers, we get happy. Like, look at them bikers.
Harleys, yeah.
Like, I've always appreciated that culture. With this, I understand where they're coming from, but I also understand where the community is coming from. I see it growing. I see it being something big. I see it being something that the community, the country will eventually embrace. Right. I just think now that the community and the bikers need to meet.
They did have a whole meeting.
Yeah.
Council meeting.
And I don't even know how long ago this video was, but yeah.
Just a group of boys, a lifestyle.
So Dante's keen to distance the group from gang life, but I can't help but notice one of them dons the distinctive colours of Urutaha, a well-known Taranaki gang. Because the gang thing does get mentioned.
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
Probably because they see a pack and we're wearing belly clovers, but it's just to stop the wind.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
They tell me they don't want to cause trouble, they just have nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
There's beach, but we still get in trouble for the beach too. We're not even allowed there. If we had our own straight roads and our own park, we probably wouldn't be on the roads. Then we wouldn't be in the public's way and there won't be any Karens going off at us. We'll be out of the cops' view.
Because how do you feel when you ride?
Freedom. We pay our taxes, we go to work, and we just have a bit of fun, or in our words, it's therapy.
Yeah. And see, they kept calling them kids, and I knew it was more than kids, but that's a man. He said we go to work, we pay our taxes. Y'all know how we feel about taxes. We done sold y'all. Our first year as being full-time entrepreneurs, how we felt with the taxes, okay?
Pressure.
And once you pay taxes, baby, can I go talk to the president?
It's just a hit different. It's like you start to look at life a little different, you know?
Yeah.
And, bro, like you mentioned, they could be robbing. They could be doing a whole lot of stuff where they go to work and they have their off days where they like to go have fun.
Yeah.
Some people want to do other things. But yeah.
This is no different from a person who want to go play basketball.
Or go golfing.
Or go paint. That's their outlet.
Yeah. They got a screen. Never mind. We're going to keep going.
I can hear one of the boys saying, like, it actually keeps you occupied.
Well, if we didn't have our bikes, it'd probably just be trouble. Yeah. There's nothing really to offer here but just bike life, really, and just work. Yeah.
They bored.
Hey, we're going to stop right there, man. Yeah, we see bikes all the time, bro. Like on the back of Ford trucks, mudded up. You know what I'm saying? Taking them down the highway. And then you have your bike clubs as well where people invest in their bikes and they get it all. They get it done up so far. It's like the love they have for it. And I know a few men like that. So I know how they're feeling about their bikes. The love they have for their bikes and for the community that grows with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thing I feel, again, they just all got to come together and have an understanding on it. Give them space to do it.
Yeah.
So they don't be out there doing it in the traffic.
Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get better. All right, they ain't gonna be saying nothing when they winning awards and things.
Oh, I want to mention that. Yes, they have competitions where you can go. It's on the hills of dirt and whatnot, but you're racing your bikes, bro. It's like dirt bikes at that. If you guys implement that in the culture out there, I feel like you'll have all of these young men bring a whole lot of more attention to your country.
They would have something to look forward to. So it won't just be, let's just go riding. No, they will be refining their skills and really honing in on their craft.
Some of them did speak about their future.
Right, right, exactly. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.